I just present myself, I try to present myself as authentically as possible with a little twist and a little extra flavor on it because it is professional wrestling.
Anthony Bowens, welcome to WFAA.
Thank you for having me.
Sure, thanks for coming by. You just wrestled Kyle Fletcher a couple days ago. How you feeling? You sore?
I'm very sore, actually. He hits hard.
Yeah.
He hits hard. It was definitely one of my more challenging matches over the last couple months. Him, Okada, to name a few. But I'm okay. I'm recovering, and I've got a really fun weekend ahead.
Good. Yeah, you do. You are going to be the honorary. What's the term?
The Grand Marshal?
You're going to be the honorary Grand Marshal of the Dallas Pride Parade. Have you ever done something like that before?
No, it's my first time. I don't know what to expect. I know it's going to be exciting. There's going to be a lot of people there, and I'm kind of used to the unexpected in the wrestling world, so I'm ready for anything.
Great. Yeah. I'm assuming you've been to Pride Parades before. Is that right?
I have, yes.
Yeah.
Yes, they're always fun.
Yeah. What does it mean to you to be able to be in this position as an honorary leading the parade?
Well, it's really cool, and it's an honor because, in general, there was a time in my life where I didn't think that I would have opportunities like these to be myself, to represent the community, to represent a national wrestling company like All Elite Wrestling, doing something that I love. So to be able to combine all of these worlds together while also being the representation for LGBTQ plus talent and queer wrestling fans on TV every week. So it's really cool.
Yeah, one of the moments I always think of when it comes to you is you had that time in the ring where you were in there with a woman, I forget.
With Harley?
Yeah, and she was trying to come on to you or something, and then you said you were gay, and then the whole crowd starts chanting, "He's gay," but it's in like a positive manner, and yes. I was just blown away by that. I was like, I don't even know if 10 years ago a crowd would react that way. What did that moment mean to you?
It was very surprising in the sense that I knew people would cheer, but I didn't realize it would be that kind of reaction. It was so much fun that I think my reaction, Max's reaction, Billy's reaction was all very genuine because we were just having so much fun, and the people were so into the segment too. I think what a lot of people don't realize was that show was taped, and we had to edit that segment down because they were booing her so loudly to the point where I couldn't hear what she was saying 5 feet in front of me. I couldn't even hear it on the speakers. And then once I shut her down, I shut her advances down and told her I was gay, and the crowd exploded. It was definitely a moment I'll never forget, and I think it's a moment I think it's a powerful moment too because it's never been said in the wrestling world. So I hope people really appreciated how cool it was.
Yeah, and you're someone as far back as I can remember. You've always been, your character has never been like gay wrestler or a gay person. You're just a wrestler who happens to be gay, mm-hmm. but you're also, just this great talent. Was that something you consciously wanted to do?
I am who I am. I just present myself, I try to present myself as authentically as possible with a little twist and a little extra flavor on it because it is professional wrestling. You are who you are, and whoever you want to portray yourself to be. We have that luxury at AEW because Tony allows his performers to just go out and be themselves every single week. And I guess if that's the vibe I give off, then that's great. You know what I mean? But I'm just happy to go out and not have to worry about any of those things or have to worry about, having eyes behind my back backstage. I could just be Anthony Bowens.
Yeah, great. Now you came back as this new sort of a retooled character recently, the 5-tool player, Pride of Pro Wrestling. And when you came out, you have this, I don't know how to describe it, it's almost like football pads or something, or you look like a superhero or something. Was that the costume that you come out in now? Was that your idea, or how did that come together?
That was my idea. Well, to be honest with you, the chest piece that I'm wearing, I wanted it to look more like armor, and I'm kind of redesigning it now. It kind of looks like a crop top. I guess it still works. It does give that superhero, almost gladiator type vibe. So I'm currently reworking that a little bit to make it a little bit what my original vision was, because I came up with it last second and the time was running out for my gear guide to make something really, really crazy. But I'm happy with it. I was very happy with the return, the reception in Philadelphia, to have the roof came off the place when my new music hit, which is Underground by Jane's Addiction. And it's just a really exciting time in my career because now I get to pursue all of my singles aspirations. And I'm excited.
Yeah. We were talking a little before this. You go to a lot of baseball stadiums, and you're going to go to a Rangers game later today, and hopefully you'll be at Rangers Stadium in a month wrestling, which I don't believe you've ever wrestled at a baseball stadium before.
I have not. Well, actually, that's not true. I wrestled one match before AEW at a minor league stadium.
Of course.
Actually, two, actually. But never in a Major League Baseball stadium, so this would be very, very cool. We've had plenty of stadium shows at Wembley Stadium with All In the last 2 years, so it's the first time on American soil that we're doing a stadium show, so it's extra exciting.
Yeah. Is there anything you're hoping to do specifically or aspiring, or how are you feeling coming up with All In?
It's been no secret that I have been gunning for the TNT Championship. I wanted an opportunity to beat the crap out of Adam Cole. I've got some revenge on my plate that I'm looking for because he did some damage to me a couple years ago when I got thrown through a plate glass window. So I need to get my comeuppance with him, and it'd also be great to be a champion, a 5-tool champion. I mean, I think the pride of professional wrestling should be a champion representing the company. So I'm gunning for that. We'll see what ends up happening at All In. I'm trying my best to get there. I keep coming up against these challenges every week and just falling short, but I'm fairly certain I'll figure it out soon.
Sure. Just for anyone who maybe isn't super familiar with AEW, or this will be their first show, what should people expect going into All In Texas?
The time of their lives, because there's a little bit of something for everybody at a AEW or All Elite Wrestling show event, whether you like technical wrestling, whether you like high-flying action, hardcore action, comedy. We kind of blend all the worlds and all the genres of entertainment into one, so you can come to expect anything. And also it's live, so anything can happen on live TV. We have the best, or should I say the most elite roster in the world. It's where the best wrestle. And people all the time who have never watched professional wrestling, they'll either turn on the show Dynamite on TBS or HBO Max, or they'll come to a live event and they'll go, that was so much fun, I want to come back again. So there's tickets still available, AEWTix.com. So we'll be in Dallas or Garland all week. AEW Dynamite on Wednesday night at the Curtis Colwell Center, AEW Collision on Thursday. We have a meet and greet event called StarCast on Friday, and then Saturday on July 12th is All In.
Yeah, and this is the second year in a row that you guys have had this, basically just camped out in Arlington with multiple shows. Last year you had that string of shows at the Esports Stadium.
Yes.
And also just the couple of years before that, with winter is coming, you'll have multiple shows in the area for that. What do you think it is about North Texas and North Texas fans that just keeps you guys coming back every year for these multiple shows? It's
the energy. Dallas always brings the energy. The crowds here are almost unmatched. It's like we can't wait to come back to Texas. They always have fun. They love professional wrestling, and that energy is infectious, and it helps us in the ring. 'Cause sometimes we'll get crowds, not here in Texas, that are, they'll sit on their hands a little bit more. But when we have an audience that is exploding and they are making noise and we can hear that they're having fun, that just kind of honestly makes it more dangerous for us because we start doing even crazier things. But it's always exciting to be in Texas, to be in front of those fans, and I can't wait to see them.
Yeah. Now I got to tell you, one of the things I was most excited to ask you about today, it's one of my favorite videos. I got to talk to you about your dad because he's got this that great video. I've seen it like half a dozen times now of him watching these hockey fights.
Yes.
Special on him. That's like my favorite kind of video. I wish I was friends with your dad or something. Is he still?
I'll give him his number if you want.
That'd be great. Is he still into hockey fights? Does he still do that?
So if I were to go home right now and I brought you with me and we'd walk into my parents' home, you will find hockey fight tapes everywhere. He's still going through them. He's backlogged on so many of them. Like there's literally thousands. We have a room just full of tape bays of hockey fights and games that he's edited, that he still has to go through, stuff that he's gotten from NHL teams, AHL, ECHL, IHL, like every HL you can think of, hockey league you can think of, he has footage from. And I have a lot of good memories going to a lot of the NHL stadium. I have a ton of NHL memorabilia, game-used hockey sticks from Gretzky to all Hall of Famers, just from the connections and stuff that he's made over the years, becoming the godfather of hockey fights. So he's out of his mind, but I love him to death.
Is he is he like, like the equivalent of like older wrestling fans? Does he look at modern hockey and he's like, oh, these guys just don't know how to fight anymore?
Yes. Yes. The violence is way down in the NHL, which I guess for the hockey players is a lot healthier and safer, but he's old school. He likes very aggressive, tough hockey, so he misses the days where people would scrap a lot more. So I don't think he really watches too much anymore. He's kind of too busy trying to catch up on all the old stuff that he has.
Now, did that lead you directly in? Did he get you into wrestling, or how did you find that?
So he was, I guess, considering he loves hockey fights and violence in general, possibly. He was always a wrestling fan, and I think he was the first one that introduced me to it. I don't remember much as a kid. He said there's a bunch of stories where I was watching wrestling with him, but my first memory was seeing a commercial for Sting in 1997, and then I just was enamored by it, and since he was a fan, he fully supported my fandom with it, and it got me all the wrestling figures, and made sure he was taping the pay-per-views for me, and so he's been a really big part of my wrestling fandom and also my wrestling career.
Yeah. Sting's also a North Texas resident.
Yeah.
I'm sure you know that. Did that mean a lot for you with these last couple of years, getting to go on the road with Sting?
Oh yeah. He was again. He's the guy who got me into it, and to be able to have him as a coworker, to be able to main event a show with him and have a match with him in his final run before he retired, and to have his support. He was always very supportive of me and Max of the Acclaimed. That's all you can ask for. A lot of people say don't meet your heroes because they usually disappoint you. Sting did not disappoint. He's an incredible human being.
Yeah, great. All right, I think that's all we have for you. Thanks so much for your time, Anthony.
Thank you for having me.